Hello and welcome to the online announcers table. I am SMX, and what I'm going to be doing here is doing a quick recap of the week in WWE, SmackDown, Raw, what have you, and kind of giving my thoughts on what's going to be happening, based on the past week. So, we start off the week with Monday Night Raw. Um, First of all, we have this thing with Cena and Kane. Um, we actually opened the show with Cena kind of giving his answer to Kane's kind of pep talk. I think in Kane's eye, it's something of a pep talk. He basically just does this thing. I'm not going to embrace the hate. All this. And then Kane kind of goes on to the speakers. There's the intro and everything is still there. The ring, he does that ring fire thing, and he tells Cena, he tells Cena, you will learn to embrace the hate, basically. So that leaves that plot thread. We then continue the story of CM Punk and John Laurinaitis, which is kind of weird. The match. This is one of those times where the match and the opponent in the match doesn't matter so much as it's more CM Punk versus John Laurinaitis, and Dolph Ziggler is just there because he's a wrestler. So, Laurinaitis once again screws CM Punk out of a match. But Punk wins via countout, so he's still champion, and the next match will be at the Royal Rumble. CM Punk calls Laurinaitis out on this, and Laurinaitis says the next championship match will be at the Rumble, and that he will be the special guest referee. This has two implications. One, Punk cannot get pinned whatsoever, because when he does, Laurinaitis will do his darndest to do a auctioneer's impression and just go and do the quickest countout ever. Alternatively, Punk has to really hang on to Ziggler if he pins Ziggler, because Laurinaitis will be playing up the easily distracted referee for all it's worth. So, I think it'll be a good match, but I think it'll rely on gimmicks, and Punk really did deliver a threat to Laurinaitis that if he does anything to screw him out of the match, he'll so we have that. Going on to I actually have something to predict after I get with you. Chris Jericho returns. For those of you who've been watching for the past year, this past December, Raw has been getting the viral YouTube messages with their Twitter bar. I guess the old school fans knew right away it was Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho returns. He doesn't say a word. He just, he goes around the ring, high fives the fan, does his poses, gets his pops, going, woohoo, yeah! And, that's 6 straight minutes of that. And he leaves the ring. The WWE.com thing takes it a step further, where he doesn't say a word. He just lights up his light-up jacket. His jacket actually was like a Christmas tree. It lit up. So, Jericho basically trolled the heck out of the WWE fans. But Jericho's return brings me to something, prediction I have for the Royal Rumble, for this whole CM Punk thing and John Laurinaitis. In fact, the match will be called off. Someone higher up in the WWE will call off the match, fire John Laurinaitis. They'll go in and be like, "This is a farce of a match. You have abused your power too much, and we have already hired a new general manager." And then Chris Jericho will be the new general manager of Raw. I'm not sure how plausible that would be, but Jericho, if you paid attention to Jericho's viral videos, he mentions that a girl holds the secret to his return, and he will take what's rightly his. So, maybe Stephanie McMahon or someone like that will, call off the WWE Championship match and, say, this is a farce of a match, and then fire John Laurinaitis because he's been abusing his power or whatever. I'm not sure how plausible that is in the WWE verse, but and then Chris Jericho will be the new Raw general manager, and I don't know, also try to contend for the WWE Championship. That's pretty much my very, very, very bold prediction for this pilot episode. This is just one of those things that kind of popped into my mind, and I told myself, yeah, this is plausible. So later we have the main event match. It's Zack Ryder, or the Big Show, and John Cena versus Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, and Kane. Kane is a no-show, so we have a handicap match. Mark Henry and Big Show take it to the locker room. Jack Swagger kind of hightails it out of there. I forget if they were Raw, if Cena and Ryder won or something or that, but the main kind of draw was Kane. He climbed out of the ring, and he tried to drag Zack into the ring, dragging him to hell, basically. And, Cena, at the last, he incapacitates Cena, tries to drag Zack Ryder to hell. Cena no-sells it, and drags Ryder back from the abyss, and then flames erupt from the hole. It's so melodramatic, but it's fun. It's fun. Kane tried to burn a man. He is serious about this hate. I'm pretty sure this will lead up to heel Cena. Sooner or later, Cena will go heel. I don't know, maybe become a disciple of Kane. That's not a prediction, by the way. That's just me kind of, I wonder what Kane gets from Cena going heel. But that was Raw for this week. I'll take a break, and I'll talk about SmackDown for the week. Okay, coming back with SmackDown. So SmackDown, two big matches. Were Booker T and Cody Rhodes. They got that stuff right out of the way. Booker T and Cody Rhodes competing for the Intercontinental Championship. Booker T loses. I don't know where they're going to go from here. I think I think Booker T's kind of done with antagonizing Cody Rhodes. I think they're just going to have him, commentate SmackDown from now on until they need him again. Um, of course, Cody Rhodes. We had a we had a little section with Cody and his brother Goldust. Um, uh, Cody Rhodes goes on this little tirade. Um, you know, I think they're trying to set up a rivalry between the brother the brothers of Cody Rhodes and Goldust. So, um, I'm 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 not sure. I'll stick around to see what happens from that. But yeah, I think that's the end of that feud. um, we had the we had the kind of the um the news of Randy Orton, who fell down a flight of stairs last week um by Wade Barrett himself. Wade Barrett's like smug, yeah. I'm Wade Barrett, and I'm and let me tell you how Randy injured himself, and it turns out that supposedly Randy Orton suffered a career-ending injury. Um, so we're not going to see Randy Orton for a while, at least not until the next pay-per-view. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. We have, Sheamus is doing his thing. He kind of calls out Wade Barrett, and I think a new rivalry is brewing. They're trying to give Wade a rival so that they can push him. So, and then we had Jinder Mahal fighting Sheamus, and that was just a brawl. Um, we had a match with Hornswoggle and Heath Slater. Hornswoggle wins. And then the main event. I had two predictions for how for what they were going to do, and both of those kind of. I think both of those predictions went through. They had Mark Henry as a guest commentator, um, and he was just like, "Shut up, both of you! I'm the commentator now." Um, that was the funniest thing about that match. Mark Henry as the guest commentator. Um, so we have uh the Big Show and Daniel Bryan. They're facing off. We have the match. Uh, Daniel Bryan is taking a beating from the Big Show. We had before the match. We had a backstage um a backstage segment. Big Show doing the interview. Daniel Bryan butting in, and Daniel Bryan. He is so hilarious as a heel. He has gone full heel. He's like he is full of himself. He's like, yeah, yeah, I'm awesome. Hey, Big Show. I hope you don't get too much of my awesomeness. Yeah, and Big Show's just he's holding his anger in. He's been doing this for weeks now, holding in this tranquil fury. He's been this tranquil fury you can see on his face, and he puts his hand upon Brian's shoulder, and he's like, hey, Brian, Daniel, I don't want to hurt you. Please. Please don't make me hurt you during this match. And Brian has this awesomely disgusted look on his face, and he's like, get your big meaty hand off me. I swear I will end you. It was so hilarious. We had So Brian lost by a countout, so he's still the world champion, but he's starting to be more underhanded in keeping the championship, and you know we're going fully blown into Big Show Brian feud, and Brian's the heel. He's gone fully heel at this moment. It's like last week he was just full of himself. Uh, this week now he's just like, yeah, I'm awesome. Um, you better know what you're getting into when you get into me. It's so awesome. Um, Earlier in the show, I guess there's this big storyline with Drew McIntyre and the SmackDown general manager Theodore Long. Santino is hired as Long's assistant via a match. Drew McIntyre has to start winning matches or he'll get fired. And Santino got put in a match to be Long's assistant. So Santino actually won. And Drew McIntyre is one step closer to being fired from SmackDown. So that was SmackDown for this week. This whole week, it, it's a lot of build up. It's in that build up stages, that build up stage for the Rumble. Everything's kind of being built up to these matches in the Rumble. Chris Jericho. I'm interested in to seeing what his deal is. CM Punk. I'm always interested in this. I don't think he'll be on TV much. In the weeks following up to the Royal Rumble. There's also kind of a feud going on with Air Boom and Primo and Epico. And I think that's gonna be a lot of build up. Two matches in a row. Oh, one on SmackDown and one on Superstars. I actually watched Superstars. There's also a lot of build up between Miz and R-Truth. Miz, gets in his match. R-Truth beats him down. R-Truth, doing his little Jimmy face gimmick, actually asks from the audience to give a Bond one-liner to Miz, and the kid goes, "Happy New Year, Miz." So, the Miz and R-Truth, that's gonna be, just popcorn fodder. Anyway, this has been the inaugural episode of the Online Announcers Table. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, tell me what can be changed. This is the pilot episode. I am completely open to change. I am also looking for co-hosts. If you have Skype and you have the time, we can work out where both of us can watch both shows, and we compare notes and we kind of talk to each other. Also, I'm open to other promotions. If you want to be a co-host, but you want to talk about TNA, Ring of Honor, Chikara, even UFC. If you're into UFC, I can give you like your own portion of the show. But until then, I've been SMX, you've been you, and this has been the Online Announcers Table. I'm open to anything. See ya.